Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Rockayy, and today I'm bringing guys another YouTube video. And what I'm going to be talking about is Gfinity and what happened during the event, my recap video. I was going to do a predictions video, and my predictions were pretty much spot on. But I never got to upload it because, like I said, YouTube's rendering system took way too long. And I don't know what happened, but yesterday and today my upload speeds are fucking fire. Like, they're just so quick, and I don't know why. But anyway, basically I'm going to start off with something that's very, very important and you should know. Optic, they fucking suck. They haven't been good since fucking X Games. That was literally their last good event. This weekend they were getting beaten by, or nearly getting beaten by teams that they could have easily, 3-0'd at any other event beforehand. I just feel like their performances lately have been really, really weak, and it just doesn't compare to the Optic we're, used to seeing. So I don't think it's that FaZe is so much better than Optic. It's just Optic is playing so stupid. They're not playing as a unit, and they've said that every time they've lost, and they need to really fix that. I personally blame the entire team because there were points in the games where they were all going triple to double negative. I know the last Search and Destroy, the loss in the game, Formal was like 1-6, and Scump was like 2-5 or 3-5. There was a hard point or an uplink game, and I think that's one of the maps they lost. Crim was going 13 and like 22 or something like that, or 13 and 32 or something crazy. He went like really, really negative, and he played like piss poor this event. There were some games he was good. There were some games he was really, really bad. There was never even a decent map with Crim. He was either on fire or he was like cold as ice. Like, he never played consistent. You could say the same thing with Formal. Karma was consistent through the entire event. I think it was one of his best events in my personal opinion. He played very, very well in pretty much every respawn, except for the obvious games against like maybe FaZe or maybe a better team than what they were playing the whole weekend. But Karma dropped 50s and 40s all weekend, 30s, etc. He was doing his job perfect, and other people like on the team, such as Crim and Formal, they weren't picking up their slack. They were getting carried, and I think that's one reason why Optic was not very successful this weekend. Now, I don't want to talk all about Optic in this video, so let's move on to FaZe. I think FaZe only lost a handful of maps this whole weekend, and to be honest, they were very, very good. Their respawns were a little bit shaky. Their searches were pretty much dominant. I don't think they lost a search other than the Optic. I mean, going back to Optic really quick, Optic ended up getting 3-2'd by FaZe. Optic was winning the series 2-0. They dropped one map. They're winning 2-2, or 2-1, sorry. And then they choke another map. So they're tied 2-2. The next winner wins. It was a best of 7, so no, they had to get 3. So then they lose like 2 straight and lose. Optic had played Biolab Search and 6-0'd FaZe. Every round was about 10 seconds to 20 seconds long. I think the entire game was about 4 minutes, I think the announcer said. It was crazy. Optic was on fire. The next map, they go and lose. They get completely shit on, dominated, and the rest of the game was all FaZe. They lose, come back uplink. They're up like 7-4, and then next round you see FaZe win like 15 to like 8. It was crazy. Like, I don't think Optic had scored more than once in the second round, and that really fucked them up. That comeback uplink, they lost it pretty much every time they played it this weekend. Ever since X Games, I think they just started losing comeback uplink. They used to be a team who never lost a comeback uplink. They never lost a hardpoint retreat. They still haven't lost a hardpoint retreat. I'll give them that. They still haven't lost that map, but that's literally the only map that saved them in events now. So, moving on from that, third place was Optic Nation. Surprisingly, Optic Nation was third place. I really, really wanted them to get third place. I had predicted that they were going to get there. I thought it was going to be either them or Elevate, and obviously Elevate didn't play too great. I think they got maybe 5th or 6th place, somewhere around there. And then Epsilon EU, they got 4th place. They got knocked out by Optic Nation. One thing I really want to discuss is TK. TK is one of my favorite teams just because I like every single pro on that team. I think they all have great potential. They're all very, very good players, but TK, I think, placed top 12 to 8 or something like that, like 8 to 12. And it was just a terrible performance for them. And this is not the last or the first time this has happened. They played poorly consistently through AW, and I really, really feel bad for them. Another team that, or I shouldn't say another team, but Team Envious. They did so well this weekend. I think they ended up losing to Epsilon. No, they lost to FaZe. Sorry. They ended up getting 3-1 by FaZe, and it was a close match. All of the games were close. The hard points were close. The uplinks were close. The searches were close. The uplinks were the closest, though. Comeback uplink. Envy literally won with a millisecond left on the clock. Clayster said that the clock was over, like it ended. It wasn't running anymore, and they scored and they won. I don't know if they happened or not. My stream, it didn't look like that. I think they won legitimately. I don't think it was a time glitch that they accused them of. But yeah, Team Envious clutched up one map on FaZe, and that's really all they did in that event, or not that event, that series. Sorry, they did decently. They hung in with FaZe. I think they came closer to beating FaZe than Optic did, and if that makes sense. I mean, they didn't lose by a lot when they lost. I mean, Optic did take 2 maps on FaZe, but it just, the maps they lost after that it was a blowout victory for FaZe. It wasn't even like a fight for them. On the last map, I feel like Optic kind of just gave up because they knew they were gonna lose. Like FaZe just, you could hear Clayster telling them, like his teammates in the background, what Optic was doing mid-game, and they just clutched up. They took them out of their spots. Clayster had read Optic like a book, literally waited for them to do their little moves or whatever, their little rotations, everything, their setups, and FaZe just countered them on every aspect of the game, and that's why FaZe is the best team this weekend. I think FaZe is going to have another run like Optic did, and I think they'll be the best team coming out of AW going into Black Ops 3, but that's just my personal opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'd be glad to read them. On these videos, I really like to see some feedback. I know feedback's not always given from these types of videos, but if you guys can leave any, that'd be much appreciated. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.